this channel even for a little bit, you've heard me say this phrase that I have said hundreds if not thousands of times, which is guitar hunters fill the world with music and friendship. So here is a prime example of how that worked. This week my friend Elliott, who I've known since middle school and now has this amazing shop called Wonder Records. So there's a link to his Instagram down below. Go check out Wonder Records. My friend Elliott called me, and because he's my friend, because he knows me and he knows what I have and what I don't have and what I'm really into, he called me and said, I have an amp that you have to check out. So check this thing out. This is a Fender Excelsior. This is part of the Pawn Shop series. These came out in the late 2000s. I remember selling these. They sold new for maybe $250, but they are awesome. So standard, bone stock, they come with a 15-inch speaker. They're 13 watts. They have two 6V6s, and they're a really cool amp. But with that said, they're kind of limited. They have one volume, and that's it. They have a tone switch, so it's a bright switch, and there's a tremolo with one knob to control it, and then there are 3 inputs of guitar, mic, and accordion. So this is part of the Pawn Shop series. It's kind of this rethinking of their own history and their own way of making stuff, but this is Fender saying, hey, what if we made something that was really different, but looked like it was 40, 50 years old? Or what if it was some weird thing that you would have found just a small run, but you'd find it in a pawn shop? So on the front, it looks very similar, very normal. It's been beat up, it's been used, but on the back is where the exciting stuff happens. So this amp has had 3 cool things done to it. The first thing is the baffle board has been changed and the speaker has been upgraded. This is the Lynchback from Celestion. I actually haven't played one of these. I'm really excited to hear this. This amp has also been upgraded to be 22 watts. And the way that they made those 22 watts come out of this 13-watt amplifier is to upgrade both of the transformers, both the input and the output. So this has the Tweed Deluxe output amps. So this is now effectively a very similar amp to a Tweed Deluxe. So it's awesome. The other amazing thing, this amp is so affordable. This amp new sold for maybe $250, but the cool and exciting thing now is you can find these used pretty readily for $200, $250. Elliott is selling me this amp for $180. That is with the new speaker. That is with the upgraded power transformers. This is an amazing 22-watt Fender amp, Tweed Deluxe-ish, for $180. That is insane. That is a perk of being a guitar hunter who fills the world with music and friendship. You have friends who know you, that know what you're into, and help you find cool deals. Let's listen to this thing. I haven't actually played it that much, but let's check out this amp. Let's hear what it sounds like, and I'm prepared to be blown away. I think it's going to be really cool. So, per usual, I'm using my 1985 Pink Paisley Tele. This is my awesome, really cool Telecaster. Seymour Duncan Antiquities in it, CTS pot, volume and tone are a little scratchy, I'm sorry. Volume and tremolo are coming from this. We'll try all 3 different inputs. If you hear reverb, I have my pedal board on the floor. So that's just a volume pedal, a tube screamer, a Flashback Mini digital delay, and then I've got the JHS Space Invader, formerly the VCR. But if you hear any reverb, it's coming from there. That's just a big hall reverb. I really dig that kind of sound. So, with the treble cut on, it sounds way more like a Tweed Deluxe. So it's bitey, it's bright, it's really present. It's also getting pretty loud. So if I go above here, I'm going to put hearing protection in. Please always use hearing protection. What's crazy, listen, how I knew that this amp is too loud is that my left ear started buzzing. Because that's the crap that happens because I just blew out my ears playing as loud as I could in most of my teens and my early 20s. And so I've got tinnitus in my left ear, and it's really a pain, and it's kind of a scary thing to have happen. So take care of your ears. And yeah, so I'm going to put hearing protection in. Alright, I've got my hearing protection in now, so let's see how loud and obnoxious this thing can get. Okay, so this is the amp turned all the way up with the bright switch turned off. So theoretically that should be the same, right? So if this is a treble bleed switch, because basically what the treble bleed switch does, any volume other than full volume is just going to bypass the volumes control on the high frequencies. So what you're going to get at that point is you'll be able to add in some high frequencies because amps are typically a little darker when they're turned down. The same way your volume pot is sometimes a little darker if you roll the volume off, because not all frequencies turn down the volume at the same speed, I think. I don't know. Ask someone smarter than me about this stuff. Amp wide open, and then we're going to try out the tremolo. This amp is really impressive. It's really cool. It breaks up pretty early. It's probably biased pretty hot, but it's a really cool amp. I think this could be a totally usable amp. And here's the thing, you cannot, in no way could you beat this much amp for this price. A 12-inch Celestion speakered power, 6v6, 22 watts. I mean, the closest, oh, let me think. The closest you would get to that amp in any real life situation is a really dogged out, maybe a deluxe reverb that you could find for 400 bucks if it's really worn out. What else? What has 6v6s? What is that? Some of the Chinese made Vox stuff, maybe, but that's still going to be more than this. It's not going to be 22 watts. It'll be 15 watts. There's nothing that I can. If you can think of an amp that you can get under $200 that has a Celestion speaker, 22 watts, 6v6s, let me know in the comments below, because this thing is really, really cool. I wish you were here that you could hear it in person. I do my best to record it. Oh, I said bump the mic. I do my best to record these things in a way that you can get an actual idea of how they sound. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Jeremy. I'm the Guitar Hunter. If you don't believe me that guitar hunting will give you more music and more friendship in your life, just try it. Just try. Dig deep, find cool guitars, hang out with musicians, get connected to people who own music shops close to you, ask them good questions, support them when you can, buy your strings local if you can. Do what you can to support your music community around you. I'm Jeremy, I'm the Guitar Hunter, and I want you to join me in this journey. The way you can do that, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, here, and then you can also go to Jeremy the Guitar Hunter and order a t-shirt. That is a wonderful way that you can support the channel. Thanks so much for being on this journey with me. I'm Jeremy, I'm the Guitar Hunter. Here's a fun fact. I never actually used my overdrive in this whole video. This amp is just that awesome. I didn't feel like I ever needed to push it. I felt like it was dynamic. It would do everything I wanted it to do. Very cool. Fender Excelsior. Check these things out. You can even find the modded ones for 200 bucks, 250 bucks. Super cool, rad guitar. See you around.